This week we are in the week of the portion of Noach, and there are many secrets that the Kabbalists revealed. And when we're going to the Zohar, one of the questions that the Zohar is asking, we know that the time of Noach, the great flood, there was the biggest destruction that happened in the world since the beginning of time, and there was even a promise from the Creator point of view that this will not happen again. Kabbalistically, we know that the biblical stories are not just simple historical ideas, stories coming to tell us things that happened in the past, but every word in the Torah is written as a cosmic code. The Zohar is helping us to decipher, to decode those secrets. So we read about the destruction of the world. Noach was the only one who survived with his wife, with his children, and the animals. There are 3 times in the Torah that there is a warning before a destruction. One time, which happened with Abraham, the patriarch, Abraham, with the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. As we know, the story ended by the destruction of those 2 cities and all the people who lived in those cities, almost all the people who lived in those cities. The second time, it is the warning that Noach in his generation got before the flood, the great flood, which destroyed the entire world. And the third time that there was warning before a destruction, it was at the time of Moses. After the golden calf was created by the people, and the Creator told Moses that he's about to destroy that generation, and told Moses that he will create a new generation from him, from his seed. So 3 times, warning before a destruction. I want to go to the Zohar, verse 180 in the portion of Noach. I'm going to read in Aramaic. This is the most powerful tool that we have in Kabbalah to awaken not only wisdom, as we're going to study a little bit. We're not going to have a long session, just a short session. However, the reading or the connection, even just listening, even scanning the letters in Aramaic, this is the most powerful instrument that we have to awaken the greater level of consciousness, to awaken our soul, to be able really to experience and to draw down the unique light that exists in the universe in this week. The Zohar is asking, what is the difference between Moses, Moshe, and the rest of the world? בשעתה דאמר לו קודשא בריך הוא למשה ואתה אני חלה וגומר ואעשה אותך לגוי גדול וגומר. At the time, as we mentioned, of the golden calf, Moses was about to bring the tablets, and because of the negativity that was awakened by the people with the golden calf, Moses couldn't manifest that great light that he drew in the 40 days and 40 nights, and his desire was to bring and to manifest that energy. It wasn't just a little bit light to heal, wasn't just a little bit light to remove a little bit negativity. It was the totality of the light that has the ability, the capacity to remove the entire darkness, pain, and suffering from the world forever. Moses couldn't really manifest that light because of the negativity that was awakened by the people with the golden calf. So the Zohar is reminding us regarding this story. The Creator told Moses, listen, everything after we have done for the people, they still not appreciating, they still falling into very negative levels of consciousness and activities and actions. And the intention, the idea the Creator is telling Moses is basically to wipe out, basically to kill all those people, the generation, and to create a new generation from Moses. And let me, the Creator tells Moses, let me create a great nation from you. Miyad Amar Moshe, Moses didn't hesitate. Moses replied right away to the Creator. And if you can imagine, even though we're not really talking about a story of conversation between Moses and the Creator, I will explain what it means Kabbalistically. But even if you go into the literal story and you imagine this kind of discussion, the Creator is telling Moses one thing, and Moses doesn't jump and tells the Creator, absolutely, you are right. After everything that they experienced, the living of Egypt, after 210 years of slavery, splitting the Red Sea, the manna from the heavens, all the miracles, they're still not appreciating. They still cannot really hold to the higher level of consciousness. Moses could tell the Creator, you are right, please wipe this generation out and create a new generation for myself. However, Moses not only did not agree with the Creator, Moses doesn't even hesitate with his answer. Miyad Amar Moshe. Moses immediately replied to the Creator, V'chi eshbok dinayun d'Yisrael begini. We know in the Torah, the answer Moses gives back to the Creator is Mecheni na misifrecha asher katavta. Moses tells the Creator, if this is your intention, erase my name from your Torah, from your book. I have no interest to be part of this story. The Zohar writes, וכי אשבוק דינayun d'Yisrael בגיני. אשתא ימרון כל אינון בני עלמא, דאנה קט לילון לישראל כמה דעבר נוח. So Moses is replying right away to the Creator and saying, do you expect me to receive all the benefits because of the gifts you gave me and still giving me, those levels of consciousness Moses achieved and climbed to? And do you expect me just to accept the decree of judgment upon the people? Moses saying, I don't accept. I don't accept. And if you're about to manifest this judgment, take me with all of them. Now again, it might sound like a very powerful story of a hero who fight for his people, but this is not really what the Zohar is speaking here about. Moses represents a level of consciousness. When we speak about Noach, we don't only speak about the story itself, but we speak about a level of consciousness. Now, there are many levels of consciousness coexist within each one of us. We all have the Moses consciousness within, and we all have the Noach consciousness within, and we all have many other options. We cannot be higher than Moses, can definitely be lower than Noach. Moses' consciousness is the voice inside which says, we cannot accept any decree of judgment because of justice. What does it mean? there are two ways that we can go in the way we view our lives, the way we feel about ourselves and about others. And there are two basic ways of viewing and looking and feeling about life. One will go in the direction of justice, which means right and wrong. Right and wrong. So when things are right, people should be rewarded. And when people are doing wrong, they should be punished in the name of justice. If you think about it for a moment, in the name of justice, what really happened in the universe throughout the entire history? How much bloodshed that never solved any problem, any issue, because we know Kabbalistically, the idea of looking at anything that doesn't work with the light, doesn't work, that seemed to be, doesn't work well, the only way of removing darkness, anything that seemed to be dark, it is only by awakening greater light. When the world is going in the direction of justice, and there are so many voices of, not only in our generation, but in so many generations, to make justice. What does it mean, justice? The most maybe horrible thing about justice is, as we learn in Kabbalah, whatever it is that you desire and you wish, you attract back into your life. So since none of us is righteous, and since the majority of the world will fall into some type of negative activity, selfish activity, moments that we hurt other people, without even having the intention about it, justice means that you get what you give. This is what it means. The moment that the person is motivated, is being motivated by justice, making justice in the world, they attract the greater level of judgment back into their lives. Why do we ask for others? This is what we attract back into our lives. However, Moses is not coming from this place. Moses is not asking or not asking for the judgment because he knows this exactly what is going to attract back into his life. Moses, it's the level of the consciousness inside of each one of us that clarifying in the deepest aspect of who we are, that any type of negativity that can happen around is simply to drive and to push each one of us to awaken greater energy of mercy. So there is justice and there is the element of mercy. And this is the free choice that we have. Do we choose to go with justice, what is right and wrong, and according to that to act? Or do we choose, yes, to look at the entire picture, and yes, not to be blind, yes, to see that things are not perfect? However, the desire, I'm not even speaking about the conclusions and the actions, but the desire internally that is being awakened is to look, how do I expand the energy of mercy in my heart? The Kabbalists explain that anything that happens in our lives, it's simply a test to help us expand the energy of mercy, the desire to manifest the energy of mercy in the world around us. Anything that happens that challenging us, that seems to be wrong, that seems to be negative, it is to help us to awaken and to strive to find new ways to help. New ways to help. Rav Ashlag explains in many of his writings, specifically in the book The Wisdom of Truth, that when we're coming from a place of seeing something that is wrong, and our desire is to fix it, as if it is a broken machine that needs to be fixed. We need to fix the issue. We need to fix the consciousness of the world. We need to fix this individual that acting in a negative direction. He says that any time that we look at anything that seems to be negative as a broken machine that needs to be fixed, it doesn't matter what we do. We become, unfortunately, part of what Rav Ashlag called Machrivei Ha'olam, the destroyer of the worlds. What's really destroying this world is any time that we look at the world without mercy, without mercy. The energy of the Creator, it is all about mercy. Connecting with the Creator, connecting with the energy and the attribute of mercy. So the Zohar says that the difference between Moses' consciousness and Noah consciousness, it is one thing. And in the next verse, which is verse 100 and it's 2 verses. So 182. In 182 in the Zohar, Rav Ashlag writes, Vayachel Moshe, after Moses is not accepting the decree of the Creator, Vayachel Moshe, ביקש רחמים עליהם ונתעורר רחמים על העולם. So instead of falling into the zone of justice, consciousness of justice, feeling we need to make justice here, Moses is awakening mercy and asking for mercy. And because Moses awakening this desire, mercy became manifest in the world. Any change can happen in 2 directions, in a way of judgment, in a way of mercy. Whatever it is that we're asking for others, when we see something wrong around us, whatever it is in the way we ask, eventually we're opening up a pathway, spiritual, unseen, invisible pathway for that same type of energy to become manifest in some point in our process back. When we realize the way energy works, when we realize what the Zohar is explaining here, that we can be part of the positive change in the world, but the only way to become a positive change in the world or in the life of any human being, it is only when we come from that space of the heart that is asking for mercy. And when you ask for mercy, yeah, you might be harsh with someone in the way you speak to them, but not because you're angry, not because you demand justice, but because you want to create an awakening. The energy of justice and mercy, it is not about the way we act. It is what is really happening internally inside of ourselves. So especially in this week, one of the things that we can awaken and we can ask, and we can look into deeper inside of ourselves. And most of times, do we come from a place of judgment? Most of times, in our mind, we ask for justice to be made. Or most of times, we're coming from the energy of mercy. We wanted the change to happen, but we're coming from the place of mercy. Place of mercy that makes us not to be harsh, not to hold on to all that negative things that we've seen about somebody. Energy of mercy that makes us to forgive, makes us feel that the negativity that happened was coming from a place of maybe the individual was blind to see. The consciousness wasn't elevated enough to make the right choices. This week, it is all about realizing to become an individual, as Rav Ashlag calling it, Bonei Haolam, that building the world and not destroying the world. It is all about awakening and coming more from that place of mercy. So that's it for today. So I hope this was clear, and I hope, as I've said many times before, but I hope that I will be able to go live more often, to share with you, again, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, not long sessions, just to help all of us to connect with the consciousness, the energy, the opportunity that the universe is giving us in each week. Thank you so much for joining. I want to wish you a blessed week, and hopefully I will see you soon.